New Jersey-born NBA players are really good, especially the big men. Notable big men from New Jersey are Shaquille O'Neal. He's the most dominant big man the game has ever seen. He's a 4-time NBA champion and a 3-time Finals MVP and a 1-time season MVP, a 15-time All-Star and 8-time All-NBA First Team selectee. He's also the 1993 Rookie of the Year and a 2-time scoring champion. Also, Andrew Bynum. He's a 1-time All-Star, a 2-time NBA champion, but unfortunately, injuries cut his career short. Also, David West. He's a 2-time All-Star and a 2-time NBA champion, and we all know how good he was, especially back in the day when he used to play with Chris Paul on the New Orleans Hornets. Also, Dennis Rodman. He's a 5-time NBA champion, a 2-time All-Star, a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 7-time All-Defensive First Team selectee, and a 7-time rebounding champion. Rodman was also the first player to lead the league for 7 consecutive years in a row in rebounds in NBA history. He holds way more records as well. And last but not least, the young rising star big man, Karl Anthony Towns. He was the Rookie of the Year back in 2016, and he became an All-Star for the first time this past season. This past NBA draft is filled with a lot of talent, and I believe that a few of the draft picks are going to become stars in this league in the future. I even believe a few will be future Hall of Famers, and there's one player in particular that I'm very high on, and that player was born in Plainfield, New Jersey. But before I get into the player that I'm talking about, I just want to say this video is for my dude Max Levy, and if you have suggestions on what video you want me to do, tell me in the comment section and I'll write it down on a sheet of paper in order just so that I don't forget. And if you are new to my channel and not subscribed, make sure to subscribe because I drop basketball videos and I cover different topics of the NBA. And don't forget to hit the notification button to get notified whenever I drop a video if you are subscribed already. Once again, it's Third Eye View 195 coming at you with another video. Stay tuned. The player that I'm talking about is... Yeah, that's right. The player that I'm talking about is Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren was drafted 4th by the Memphis Grizzlies in this year's draft. And I'm telling you this with all seriousness. He's Hassan Whiteside with a 3-point shot. You're probably like, huh? Hassan Whiteside with a 3-point shot? I don't know about that. Well, you're about to see what I'm talking about right now. We are going to compare their NCAA stats first, including awards and honors, and go on from there. Hassan Whiteside attended Marshall for 1 year, and he averaged 13.1 points, 5.4 blocks, 8.9 rebounds, shooting 58.8% from the free throw line, and 52.4% from the field. And as you can see, Hassan Whiteside can't shoot threes. He also played for 26.1 minutes per game in 34 games at Marshall. Hassan was also the 2010 Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year. He also made the Conference USA All-Defensive Team and the 2010 NCAA Division I blocks leader. Now we're moving on to Jaren. In Jaren's first year with Michigan State, he averaged 11.3 points, 3.2 blocks, 1.2 assists, and 5.8 rebounds, shooting 79.7% from the free throw line and 39.6% from the 3-point line, and 52% from the field, playing 22.2 minutes per game in 33 games. And Jaren was also the 2018 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Jaren doesn't have as much accolades as Hassan does in the collegiate world, but you see the similarities based off their collegiate stats alone. But the difference is Jaren can shoot, especially from the 3. Now taking it up a notch, if you take a look at Hassan Whiteside's game, you'll see that he's a good shot blocker in the paint. Also, if he gets the ball high post, he can attack you off the dribble and get to the basket. He can also knock down shots 15 feet away from the rim. He's obviously a very good rebounder because he led the league in rebounds for the 2016-17 season with 14.1 rebounds per game. And this past season, he averaged 11.4 rebounds, less than the previous year. But that's because his minutes were cut. He occasionally gives you a back to the basket game, and Miami runs a lot of pick and rolls for him. He's great in the pick and roll. Jogic or whichever point guard is on the court dishes it to him for a layup or an alley-oop dunk. And if given the chance, on a fast break, he can dribble the ball down the court and get fancy and score, or draw a foul. Now when you look at Jaren Jackson Jr., he has a similar game to Hassan. As you can see in these highlights, he occasionally plays with his back to the basket, which he does need to improve on, but as he plays in this league, he'll learn how to do that better. Plus, he blocks shots, he can attack you off the dribble in the paint, and he can knock down mid-range shots, and he's a good rebounder. He never reached his potential in rebounding yet, but trust me, he will really soon. And he also catches alleys, and he's a good scorer in the paint. He's tall, and he's long. He's 6'11" with a 7'5.5" wingspan, giving him the ability to catch lobs off a pick and roll. And he's athletic, and if he's given a chance, he can carry up the ball during a fast break and get to the basket and score to put on top of it. But like I said before, the difference with Jaren Jackson Jr. is that he can shoot threes, so he will be involved in some pick and pop action, which gives him a big advantage, as you can see in the highlights as well. And that's why I feel like he'll fare off better in this league than Hassan Whiteside ever will be and ever was in the NBA. Jaren has more upside offensively. Jaren is also a better defender than Hassan is because he can't just only block shots in the paint, he can guard small players on the perimeter as well. Hassan can't. That's part of why his minutes were cut this past season, because Hassan can't guard smaller players on the perimeter or big man that can stretch the defense. So if an opponent of Miami's decides to go small, Hassan being on the floor can cause them to lose for that reason. So Eric Spoelstra has to and had to bench him this past season, even though Hassan didn't like it, but it is what it is. It's a decision that has to be made. And if he ends up on any other team, the coach will do the same thing as well, because he can't guard the perimeter. This is something that Jaren Jackson Jr. can do though. But one thing that Jaren Jackson Jr. has to fix is causing himself to get into foul trouble. And that's why in some games, he has to sit because he fouls out the game. But as he grows in this league, he'll understand that and improve that weakness to his game defensively. He's not the size that Hassan is right now because Hassan weighs 265 pounds. Jaren's weight at the moment is 242 pounds, but over the years, he'll bulk up though, because when Hassan was just drafted in the league, he weighed 227 pounds, and look how much Hassan weighs now. He's 265 pounds. Jaren played pretty well during the summer league. He averaged 11.2 points, 3.8 blocks, 1.2 assists, and 8.2 rebounds, playing 24.4 minutes in 5 games. So as you can see, Jaren and Hassan have a similar game. I feel like Jaren will be a double-double machine in the NBA, just like how Hassan is, and the shot blocker that Hassan is as well. Hassan was the blocks leader for the 2015-16 season, averaging 3.7 blocks per game. But overall, I think Jaren will be a great defender in this league. Not just shot blocking wise, Jaren also has more upside, like I said before, defensively, because he can guard the perimeter. Hassan can't. Memphis low-key signed a gem in Jaren, and he's going to be a good young big and a great player in the future, and a future Hall of Famer in this league. He's the future of the Grizzlies. He'll also be a good fit with the veteran Marc Gasol and Mike Conley. Hopefully JB Bickerstaff sees this in Jaren and uses him properly, but we'll see what happens when the season starts. But that's it for the video, guys, and like I always say, please like and subscribe and hit that notification button and comment below. Tell me what you think. Your opinion matters, and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram account. It's the same name as my YouTube channel name, and share this video. Peace.
Ready? Ay, sell it for free. Put no prices on that body, sell it for free. Ay, sell it for free. Girl, you know that body prices, sell it for free.